Hello everyone, welcome to today's video. We are going to talk about trust boundary. So a trust boundary is a demarcation within a system or a network where the data crosses from one trust level to another trust level. For example, for a public network, sending the data to a private network. Different security policies are applied there, such as between user space and kernel space in an operating system. Control or ownership changes, like when integrating the third party services or applications. Now, question is where to create them. So, trust boundaries should be established wherever there is a change in trust level or security requirement. The first one might be between external and internal network. So, internet and corporate network, where you are using firewalls to separate and protect internal resources from external resources. Public and private subnets, especially in cloud environments where you have to segregate the public facing services from private backend systems. That is one. Second, between the different security zones, like demilitarized zones, where host public services like web servers are there to add layer between the internet and internal networks. Then guest and corporate Wi-Fi, where you isolate the guests to prevent access to internal resources. Third is between systems with varying sensitivity, like classified versus unclassified data. So you separate the network handling sensitive information from those that do not. And another is payment system, where you isolate payment processing systems to comply with standards like PCI DSS. So non card data and card data. Then between user privilege levels, where administrative and regular users are there. So limit the administrative interfaces to trusted network or authenticated users only. Then internal staff and third party vendors. So control the access for internal partners through strict authentication and authorization. Then you have application boundaries, where API endpoints or microservices are there. So protecting the API which are exposed to clients with authentication and rate limiting is very important. Another is microservices, which is securing the communication between services, especially when they operate in different trust zones. Then you have between physical and virtual environment, like on premise and cloud. Secure data transfer between local data centers and cloud services have to be controlled. Also, you can create trust boundary for virtual machines, where you isolate the VM on the same host, to prevent cross VM attacks. Then you have data entry points, like user interface inputs, where the data is input by the users. So implement user validation to prevent injection attacks. Then file uploads, scan the files for malwares which are processed or stored. Then you have between the development environments, like various development environments can be their testing environment, pre-production environment, development environment. So prevent unauthorized access to production data from the non-production environment. Then you have organizational boundaries. When you have mergers and acquisitions, reassess the trust boundaries when integrating systems from different organizations. Or interdepartmental access also, like you have finance department, IT department, they don't need to check out each other's data, so roles and responsibilities should be limiting them. Then you have devices and network edges, so IoT devices which should be isolated, and to a less secure device uh, network from critical networks infrastructure, and secure the VPN endpoints and remote desktop services. So next time we would discuss about the best practices for creating the trust boundaries. If you like this video and want to learn more on threat modeling, WhatsApp or email to contact. Until next time, have a great rest of the day.